how many shows would you have to work a joke until you feel confident putting it into your set?
These are sick questions, bro. And these are I've never thought of these. Um, to be honest, again, I think to be honest, I think it depends really much on the joke. Like sometimes
Mm,
there's those like golden nuggets that like just fall in your lap. You know what I mean? Like something happens in your daily life, or you see something like, that story itself is just funny. Now it's just about how do I tell this and trim the fat and get to the punchline the quickest. And those ones I would say usually don't take long. I would say like maybe like three or four, a couple shows until you have like a solid foundation. And then of course, the more you do it, the better it gets because you're able to refine things. But then for those jokes that I think you're trying to touch on a lot more controversial subjects. Like there was a joke that I talk about, like working at a special needs daycare, which is on the album. And that one took some time
yeah.
because I think when I first had the idea of the story, and it was a real story. So like when I first had like the idea or urge to tell the story, I realized I wasn't ready. Because
Mm.
like I was still going to do
You
it in
weren't
a
ready
very
or the joke wasn't ready?
I wasn't ready. I think
Okay.
as a comedian, well, I think bit of both, right? I
Okay.
think the joke becomes ready when you as a comedian are ready to take it on.
Okay.
So I think like at the time, that story was very sloppy when I was first trying to tell it. I was using trigger words, right? Like I
Hmm.
think I'm a huge advocate for the idea that you can say anything on stage, but I also believe that there is consequences to what you say and how you say it. So when you look at people like Bill Burr, who's like a white male talking about race, but the way he does it isn't racist. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like the way he's doing it isn't like he's shitting on minorities, but he is telling you his perspective from his world and his point of view. And it's not like he was able to get there right away. You know what I mean? We
Yeah.
didn't see the open mics of when he was saying probably outlandishly racist shit. But not to say that he's racist, but like he's probably
Yeah.
saying racist shit to get to the point he's trying to make. So I think with me, again, touching on topics like that, there was a lot of stumbling and making mistakes and saying shit
Mm.
that I didn't mean. But because you're nervous, you don't know how to like get the laugh out yet.
Yeah.
Um, so I think it for that one it took some time. I would say for that probably a couple months actually to
Gotcha.
get it to where it was and to get it to a point where I was comfortable saying it in any setting.
Mm.
Like I think that's the other big thing is that if you're telling a joke like that and you start getting nervous, it's weird because like subconsciously what you're doing is you're telling the audience that this is wrong. But if you're saying it with like a sense of confidence to know like, yo, I know this is a joke. So I
Yeah.
want you to know that this is just a joke. I don't mean this shit, you know?
Gotcha. Gotcha.